observe it. You don't have to change it, just to really pay it some attention. The thing that is probably the least familiar sensation is a soft belly, where we consciously and actively look to relax the muscles there. So let's do that now as well. Make your belly as soft, as pliable, as big as it can be. On the inhale, I want you to find that you can literally blow it up like a balloon and expand it right to its edges. And on your exhale, I want you to seek out softness and easefulness in the body. As you find expansion and softness, as you start to hone in on that skill of just being able to observe the breath. Start to take an internal body scan. I really like this, especially when we're in a chair. You can just take a moment, and you could do this at any point during your day when you're sat down. Close the eyes and just scan from the head to the toes, stopping off at each joint, each place where it kind of intersects, where you notice that there's one part of the body ends and the next part begins. For example, through the head, and then when you get to the neck, you might pause there for a moment and just really notice, linger, because then you're moving into the torso and the upper body. So at these checkpoints, you just get a little bit longer to just observe the sensation, observe the feeling. Unclench the back teeth and relax the jaw as you move through your mind internally. As you move through your inner landscape and checking off each of those spaces. Make sure you make it to the fingertips, the toes, the knees, the legs, thighs, even the sit bones, the bit that feels like it's pressing into the seat beneath you. If you find yourself slouching or slumping forwards, just try and re-erect the spine, so gently lifting up through the crown of the head. It's a little bit like someone's got a piece of string there and it's just pulling you up. An ode to our posture. And then from here, start to inhale and shrug the shoulders up to the ears. As you exhale, move them back and down. Continue with that. Keep your eyes closed for a moment. You may not have been still and silent like that in your chair all day yet. You may not have had that opportunity for a week or so, maybe longer, maybe ever. It's important that we get these little pockets of silence so we can actually just retreat back into ourselves and really notice our wholeness and our body. Okay, and from here, start to slide the hands, palms face down towards the knees. Wriggle the feet a little bit wider than your hips, turn your toes out. You can reclose the eyes in a minute as we just circulate the top of the body, so the upper body around in circles, leaning forwards. And you might need to shuffle your bum closer to the edge of your seat, moving around and round in one direction. And making sure you go back the other way. Slowly coming back to center. Okay, so we're actually going to come out of our seat to begin with today. Taking my jumper off because this thing gets me really heated, this movement. Okay, so check and stay where it is. Stand to one side. Right arm down by your side, left arm, big arm swings up, back and round. Okay, If this doesn't feel good, you can do the shoulder shrug just with the one arm, okay? Just take it up and around. So shoulder shrug is good, arm swing is good, whatever feels good is good. 3, 2, 1, slow down the swing, go the right arm, sorry, back and up. Oh, maybe like me, you got one arm that's like, no, the other arm's like, yeah. Maybe one arm feels better to shrug than it does to swing. Okay, keep going, build big circles, go a little bit faster. Nice, for 3, for 2, for 1, slow it down, then left arm comes forward. So front, almost like you're trying to do front crawl, but it's like a really lazy front crawl. You may have done this back in school in PE. This used to be our warm up, right? It's like, go, 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 get the shoulders open, okay, and stop, and go the other arm. So right arm comes forward and down, and down. Nice. Stop. Okay, cool. Feeling a little bit warmer maybe in those shoulders, take the fingertips to them. Let's draw big circles with the elbows. So we're going up, back and around. You can do this bit seated as well. If you want to take a seat again, you're really welcome to. Okay, listen to your body and go where it feels good, go where you need to go. So we're focusing on the upper body, right? Because I'm sure that you're probably all like, oh, my back, my shoulders, I know I do. I sit at the computer for a limited amount of hours in a week, but still some, and I definitely feel it. So, and I used to have a job actually in HR. Yes, I used to do, you know, a thing in an office. And I remember so much my neck and my shoulders, right? Every night I'd come back and just be like, oh. So let's take ourselves to the back of the chair. Now, if you're in a chair like I am, it's quite low down. This one's going to be a little bit more of a challenge maybe. If your head of the chair, your back of the chair is quite high, you might get there quite quickly. So have a look at this. My hands go to the back of the chair. My feet are just slightly wider than hips, so soften my knees. There's a bend in my knees, and then I'm going to let my head hang down between the tops of my arms. Now I'm going to go as far as feels good. Now I got a few little clicks then in my upper back. Maybe you get the same. You don't have to force those clicks to come, but maybe you just get a little release there. Let your head hang, let your face be soft. Let your sit bones push back. Nice, inhale, come all the way up. Okay, walk your hands towards the chair. I'm going to flip mine round, but you can just go where you want to. Sorry, let me just let someone in. Okay, so from here, on the seat of the chair, you're going to bring your left hand. Inhale, bend your left knee, right leg straightened, right hand to the sky. Okay, go the other way. So right hand comes down, bend your right knee, left hand to the sky, twist. Okay, let's stay with that. Left hand down, right hand rises. Let's keep it going. Right hand down, left hand rises. Okay, let's stay with the twist. Let's stay with the twirly whirliness. Let's just open up the spine, open up the body. Twists are a really nice way of getting a little bit of heat, a little bit of spice sprinkled onto your practice without you having to do anything like super big and wild, like a handstand or something like that. You know, you can get this core awakening, this lovely deep sensation without actually having to, you know, be on the floor, be against the wall. Okay, bring the hands down, take a moment, hands to the chair. Just soften your knees a little bit, lean into your hands, just get some weight to kind of move forwards and back. Okay, just stacking the shoulders on top of the wrists and then bringing them back. Spread your fingers wide or grip the edges of the chair, shoulders over wrists and back. If you've got wheels on your chair, forgot to say this, you definitely want it to be wedged up against the wall right now. Otherwise this could go one way we definitely do not want it to go. It could suddenly really escalate into a practice that we weren't signing ourselves up for. So just be mindful there. Okay, one more, shuffle forwards, move the weight forwards and hold. And hold. And hold. Okay, move the weight back, step the feet back a little way. Bend the knees. Oh, even my chair's going. It hasn't got wheels. Bend the knees, be on the balls of the feet. As you inhale, come forwards. As you exhale, just bend your elbows a little bit. Inhale, push back. Exhale, backwards. So this is kind of like our sun salute, okay? So inhale, we come forwards. Shoulders on top of wrists. Exhale, bend your elbows a little bit or a lot. Inhale, push back to your plank. Exhale, this is like a down dog. Okay, let's do a few more of those. Inhale to plank. Some of you that come to my other class will be really familiar with this language. Exhale, chaturanga we call this, push up. Inhale to plank. Exhale to down dog. This is yoga. Keep moving, keep doing that. I'm going to just turn the heating off in here as you move because it is getting hot. As you move, as you breathe, inhale to plank. You don't have to bend your elbows that much. Hey, you don't have to bend them at all if you don't want to. Exhale to lower a little way. Inhale to push up. Exhale back. Okay, let's go one more. Okay, walk the feet towards the chair. Slowly start to unravel the spine, come all the way up. At the top, roll the shoulders. Now let's see if we can get flexion because we didn't get the back bend in that flow. So we're going to get some flexion through the spine. Here's what we're going to do. Feet underneath hips. You don't need your chair for this one. Your bum's going to go back, soften your knees, chin to chest, arms in front of you, dangle, come all the way down as low as feels good. Don't get your head below the hips if it doesn't feel good. If it does, you can go as far as you want. And then inhale to initiate the movement, but breathe in and out as many times as you need to on the way up and on the way down. At the top, either shoulder shrug or huge arm sweep. Okay, go again. We'll do two more like that. Spinal curls or decompressions or rolls or whatever you want to call them. A way to work flexion and extension in the back. If you want a little bit more back bend action at the top, really squeeze your bum when you stand up. Push your hips forwards as your arms come up and back. And one more time. I want the body to feel vibrancy. I want you to feel alive. I want you to get back to your desks this afternoon and back to work and feel like you've really shaken off any of the stagnant energy that might be clinging onto you. And like you've really got a burst of life. Okay. Let's come back to the chair. Come to sit on the chair again. So, bringing yourself back to the front edge of the chair. We did these variations of sun cells last week. I'm going to go back through them now that the body's a bit more awake, vibrant, alive. We're here. Feet flat to the floor, knees on top of the ankles. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Look to the thumbs as the palms come together. As you exhale, fold forwards, and I just want you to sweep your arms around the backs of your thighs. Squeeze your head towards your knees. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, just look up halfway. Exhale, fold again, hug around your legs. Inhale, hands to your hips, rise the body all the way up. Let's take our left leg over to the left, our right leg over to the right. And you may have to reshuffle. So left sit bone definitely on the chair. Maybe the right thumb cheek just slightly lifts. Reach the arms forwards and back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your left forearm onto left thigh. Right arm up and over by the ear. Now find your breath here. As you hold and breathe, can you spread the toes on both feet? You roll your shoulders back and down. Deep breath in. Long exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Slide the feet back in. This time, right foot goes out, left leg. So right foot bends, left leg extends. Reach the hands forwards and back, warrior two, spread the toes, inhale. Exhale, right forearm, right thigh, left arm up and over by the ear. Notice how the body's feeling, the stretch through the side body, the strength of the legs as you try and push down through the soles of the feet. Saturate the earth with the soles of your feet. Try and really take up space there. Claim your space. Deep breath in. And come all the way up. Scoop hands under thighs. Bring your legs back to neutral. Take a little shake out of the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms connect. Exhale, dive down. Hug around the backs of your thighs, squeeze in. Little compression for the tummy means good digestive kind of stimulation. Inhale, look up halfway, hands to the shins. Exhale, wrap your arms around, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale, hands to hips, rise all the way up. Stick the left leg out, bend the knee. The right leg in, no, the right leg back as well. Reach the hands forwards and back, inhale. Exhale, come forwards, either forearm to the thigh or rest your hand down to the ankle or inside of the foot. Right arm to the sky. If this is too much, just come back here, okay? You don't have to reach all the way down if that doesn't feel good. Externally rotate the right arm wherever you are. Wrap the right arm back behind you and search as if you're trying to come to the top of the left thigh with the right fingertips, okay? It's like a full wrap, a bind of that arm. Maybe you're looking up past the shoulder. Maybe you're looking over to the right side of the room. Maybe your ear drops towards the left shoulder and there's length through the neck. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, unbind yourself, come all the way up, scoop the legs together, find neutral. Let's go stick the left leg to the side, right leg, sorry. Bend the right knee, left leg out nice and long. So same thing, just the other way. Let's see if it feels any different this side. Inhale, reach your arms forwards and back. Exhale, come forward with the right arm, rest it on the thigh. Option to take it to the inside of the foot, down to the floor. Whatever feels good for you, inhale. Exhale, externally rotate left hand, wrap it back behind you, search for the top of the right thigh with the left fingertips. Deep breaths. And as you inhale, release, take the right hand and left hand to the hip, bring yourself back to central. Okay, let's get back up out of our chairs. We did this last week, firing up the legs, firing up the muscles in the lower body. So let's see what it's like this week. The test of trust, the trust fall. It's not a fall though. Sit down in your chair. Get your bum kind of to the middle of your chair. So not all the way to the back, not all the way teetering on the edge. You want to be roughly sit bones directly in the middle of the chair. Reach your hands forwards, palms face in, thumbs to the sky. So without leaning back and then slamming your feet into the floor to drive momentum up, I want you from this position, so you're not going to lean back at all, okay? So you're going to stay completely like this to stand up, yeah? Take a deep breath in at the top. As you exhale, watch your knees, don't collapse inwards, push them out, start to lower the bum down. Get into your chair, but you don't ever need to lean back in this movement, okay? So we're not going to rock and then drive and then rock. We're not doing that, okay? It's very precise movement. So inhale, drive through the feet, knees push out, stand up. On your exhale, slow the exhale down and lower for 3, for 2, for 1, land. Inhale, drive up, long, deep inhale. And exhale, lower for 3. Okay, I want you to continue doing that. There is a reason, there's a method to my madness, maybe. When we're doing this, we're starting to activate an awareness of the muscles in the legs, the bum. We're actually starting to fire up those muscles that probably go a little bit quiet and sleepy when we're sat down on them all day. So really what I want your focus to be, and we're going to stay with this for a little while longer, is the drive through the heel of the foot. This is really good for anyone that needs to do supportive work for joints. I'm going to say anyone, and I'm going to use that term loosely, and then I'm going to take it back and I'm going to say most people, because actually I don't know everyone's injuries or ailments in their body and it might not be great, but this mechanism is literally the hinge mechanism of the knee and the hip doing its thing. Being able to sit down and stand back up again is one of the things that, like this, without leaning back. And notice as well, like when I first did this, I was like this, was like swinging, driving up. I was really struggling to trust myself to sit back down as well, and either overshooting it, so overarching my back, or undershooting it and then panicking and grabbing the chair, okay? It's all normal. It's a process and a practice of kind of unlearning our habitual ways of maybe self-preservation for some of it, because we don't want to fall back and clunk ourselves on the chair, but also just learning to embrace that we can trust our bodies and we can trust the space around us. You can trust your teacher, I hope. So we'll take 2 more wherever you are. We'll take 1 more. Okay, cool. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more vibrant in the legs now. So talking about bringing our legs and our knees to life. Sorry, just keep checking that. Cool, we're good. We're going to turn to face the chair, come away from the chair. I'm going to set the right leg on. So we've been doing warriors and things seated. Let's see what happens. So I'm very aware, sorry, I just easily lifted my leg up there. Let me show you some other ways you can do it. So you can use your hands to lift your leg all the way up, place it onto the chair. If you need something slightly lower than your chair, you're really welcome to grab like a stool or footstool or something like that, and maybe a box even, or a few books. You don't have to bring your foot all the way onto the chair. If for any reason getting the foot up there doesn't work, that's fine. But once it is up there, it's going to stay up there for a while. And in fact, let me turn this way. Okay, so I'm actually getting my real life right foot on here, okay? So my right, your right as well. And then I'm gonna turn my left toes out to the side. We're gonna create warrior 2 legs, okay? But with the chair for support. So the knee wants to stay over the ankle. I'm actually gonna rest my right forearm on my thigh just to give me a little sense of being able to push away. My left arm can reach back. If and when I feel ready, arms forwards, arms back. I think this might be harder than the real warrior 2, just a heads up as well. Okay, so squeezing both bum cheeks, looking maybe down the right middle finger. That's why it's scary. I'm like, don't leave me, chair, please. I don't want to do the splits. Not here, not now. Deep breath in. Okay, so we're going to straighten the right leg, keep it on the chair, flip the right palm, dig the right heel down. Now, like me, you might want to take a little bend in the knee to take away some of the pressure. You might be okay to straighten out the leg. Lean away from the chair as you reach the right hand through the sky and you find space down the right side body. If this doesn't feel good, stay with your warrior 2 or stay here. We're going to go here in a moment, okay? Deep breath in. Long breath out. Okay, keep the right toes flexing up. Bring the right hand forwards, take it to the inside of the right calf, left hand to the sky. Squeeze your bum, squeeze your hips. This is Trikonasana triangle pose. Yeah, nice. Deep breath in. Okay, bring your hands all the way back to the hips. Soften into your right knee. Either slide the leg off the chair, or if you want to, lean in. If you need to give it a helping hand, then do. Bring your hands onto the chair. We'll do a little vinyasa between this side and the next. Hands onto the chair, feet back as far as feels good as you inhale, forwards to that plank position. Exhale, elbows in. Inhale, push chair away. Exhale, what we'd like to call our down dog, our chair dog. Hands to hips as you slowly rise up, step the feet in. Left foot this time lands on the chair, to the center or towards the back of the chair, right toes point away. Lean in, again, you could press your left forearm onto the thigh first of all, right arm away, just to give you a bit of space, but also a little bit of awareness, okay? How much pressure you need to be putting down into that foot. And then reach the hands forwards and back when you're ready, squeeze the butt. Engage the thighs. Deep breath. Inhale, wiggle the left foot forwards a little bit. Straighten up the leg, flick the toes towards you. Flip your left palm and come away from the chair, away from the leg. Deep breath in. Long exhale. Bring the left hand forwards, hand to the inside of the calf, right hand to the sky, slow and steady as you start to move into your triangle pose, Trikonasana. Deep breath in. And slowly come all the way up to the top. Take your hands to your hips. Step or guide your left leg up. Okay. Let's take one more flow. Sorry, I have to keep checking my time over there. I have no watch, so I never know what time I'm on. Inhale forwards. For me, I could be like going on for about 3 hours with you guys, so I won't keep you that long though. Exhale, move down into push-up. Inhale to plank. And exhale, come to that down dog position and walk your feet towards your chair. And turn your chair, if you've turned it one way or if you've got it against the wall, you can bring it back to the center again. Let's find a seat. To open up the pelvis a little bit more, take the feet wide. We're going to come into what's known as goddess squat. And on our mat, we would be standing like this without the chair, obviously, underneath us. But we can recreate the sensation and the feeling in the body just the same. So toes turn out, knees over ankles. Hands to the thighs for a moment, breathe. And long exhale. Okay, push the soles of the feet down as you inhale, right forearm to right thigh, left arm up and over, big side bend, body stretch. Try not to get too light in the left leg. I want you to still firmly press down through the left foot, activate left thigh. Inhale through the middle. Exhale, side bend over to the left. Right arm comes up and over. Inhale through the middle. Let's go the other way. Exhale, up and over. One more, inhale through the center. And exhale. Come back through to the middle. Bring your hands, scoop them underneath your thighs. Bring your feet back to the middle as well. Straighten out your right leg. And bend your left knee. And then from here, hook your, sorry, I've done not the opposites again. So taking left ankle on top of the right thigh, just above the knee. And then I'm going to rebend my right foot and place the foot flat to the floor. So I create this figure of four shape here. Yeah, some people might choose to sit like this in a chair just normally, okay? And so if this is the way you usually, or you do sit in a casual seating arrangement, then that's fine. But we're going to make sure that we level it out both sides, because if you're anything like me, when you sit like this, you only do one leg. So we've got to level it out. So I'm going to put my forearm, my left forearm into my left thigh just a little bit and just create a bit of downward pressure. I'm not forcing, and I'm definitely not pushing through my knee joint. That's really, really important. And what I've done with my ankle is I've actually flexed and engaged my foot. So I've really tried to get these muscles to contract and be tight, so that when I do start to gently move in, what I'm not doing is actually pushing through any joint. The idea is that we want joints to be stable, muscles to be flexible. Okay, if joints are super pliable all the time, I mean, then we want movement in them, of course, but imagine that they're just overstretched, overstretched, overstretched. Whew. Ping. Is the noise I think we could associate with that. Gentle breath in. Slow, long exhale, let the face be soft. Inhale. Let's pick up this leg, place it flat to the floor. Lengthen it out for a moment, bend the right knee. So whatever side you did, do the opposite one. Right ankle on top of left thigh and start to bend the knee. Create that figure of four shape. You might see straight away, look at my hips, look how different they are. It's okay for us to have imbalances. We know which leg I cross on the other thigh. So I'm going to bring my right forearm right into the thigh, take a deep breath in. As I exhale, a little bit of downward pressure. I'm not trying to force. It's not like I'm trying to get myself past the point of good stretch. I'm actually just trying to linger in and marinate in the place where I feel good stretch. If I go anywhere past that, I'm suddenly in the realms of pain, discomfort, injury. I don't want to be there. None of us want to be there. If we've ever been injured before, or pulled anything, twanged anything, broken anything, we know that that's a one stop only. You don't want to go back to that place. So let's just try and keep our body really nice and safe in our care. Okay, slowly rise all the way up. Release the right leg, whichever leg you did, take them down to the floor, give them a little shake. If you want to pop on anything warm, like jumpers, socks, blankets, anything you want to put around you, you're welcome to. This part of the practice is all about down regulation, so it's all about coming back in. So let's come to sit. She says she can get a jumper. And allow yourself to find a long spine. And again, coming back to those little things that we did right at the start of practice, where we just started to level out the back, we started to recalibrate internally, noticing the body, scanning, breathing. And as you start to notice, as we start to recalibrate, bring your awareness back to the breath. This time we are going to change the way in which our breath moves through us. So I'm going to invite you to start to notice your lower back ribs. Right at the bottom of the rib cage, at the back of the body, above the lower back. I want you to notice those last couple of ribs on each side. And as you inhale, I want you to try and send your breath into them, to try and expand them backwards. Imagine that even though your back isn't against the back of the chair here, or if it is, you want to press even harder into it with them. You're trying to expand the back body so much that the ribs actually, just from the breath, touch the back of the chair. And as you exhale and find softness and easefulness, they can kind of reset. Stay breathing like this. And as your focus is so disciplined in being in that one particular space, I want you to think about the essence of the breath as the opportunity to expand into places that we maybe didn't explore before. And when we come to find softness on the exhale, it's like we're returning to source, returning back home. We explore, we go out, we find new things, we travel, we make memories. And then eventually we always come back home to what we know. This is the journey of the breath too, in this instance, expanding the body, finding space, exhaling the journey back home. A few more breaths like that. Let go of the control or the noticing of the breath and just allow yourself to breathe. Allow the body to breathe itself without your attention necessarily or focus on it. Welcoming the spaciousness that you feel inside of you. As you sit with this newfound spaciousness, take a moment to ponder. Take a moment in the mind, with the eyes closed, still, seated here, to just cast your mind over what you would like to call in for this next month, for this year. What would you like more of in your life? If the thought winds and turns and twists and goes down a hole of maybe what you need to rid yourself of, bring it back to the light, bring it back to choosing what to call in. And as you think over those thoughts, begin to visualize them actually coming to fruition. Build a picture of what it looks like for that to unfold for you. Start to feel the sensation and emotions. Notice the little things that are seemingly small but actually make up a part of a much bigger picture. The temperature, the room that you're in, the light or dark, the sounds, the smells, the tastes, all of those things that encapsulate and create a full memory. So live it as if it has already happened. Take a moment to be with that. Use the imagination, go big, go vast. Don't feel like you have to stay in the smallness of the first instant thought. Let it spread, let it grow. If you get stuck with the mind starts to wander, I want you to just come back to the breath for a moment, maybe revisit the visualization. But if you're going with it and you're rolling, keep expanding. Who else is there? Conversations, time of day, clothes you're wearing, food you've eaten, drink you've had, we're going to have. All of these little things, these big parts of the picture. Take a few more moments to marinate in this visual. Long deep breath in. And as you exhale, let your mind come back to stillness. Notice the lower back ribs. Is it easier to access breathing into them now? Notice the belly. Can you switch on softness there with a little bit more ease? Bring the palms together in prayer. Let your thumbs come to the space between the eyebrows, third eye center. We'll seal our practice together this afternoon with a bow of love, honor, and respect, remembering that we are all connected. We are one. Namaste and thank you. Thank you so much for coming today. I hope you enjoyed your practice. Such a joy to have you guys here. I will